And the moment she walked in, I thought, oh, we're going to be friends. And we clicked. It was so good. We have a really nice chat. And I said to her what I wanted to do. And she said, totally understand. It's perfectly fine. What? Giorgio Armani. Well, there we go. It's by Giorgio Armani. Then in here is a whole bunch of my materials. We covered it with a plastic. I don't know if you can see, but you must be able to hear it. Yeah, it's raining really hard. This is what happens when you cycle in Amsterdam. I didn't check the raining up in time. So I went to have a coffee at home instead of coming straight to the shop. And it stopped raining now, but I don't know if you can appreciate how wet I am. I go absolutely slammed. I don't know if you can see. These are... Yeah, it was not good. I don't know if you can see. This is not me shiny. This is genuinely rain. I'm very, very wet. The worst thing is that it says it was going to rain. I just saw a moth. Hold on. It wasn't a moth. It wasn't fly outside. Okay. So the worst thing is that it said, if you don't, it's going to not rain for 12 minutes. And then it's going to rain like crazy for an hour and a half, 2 hours, which means I wouldn't be able to cycle here for all that long. Look at this crazy here. Because, I didn't want to get like this. So what happened was the opposite. What happened is I rushed into the rain. I got really, really wet. And now it stopped raining. I mean, it isn't great, but it's not raining. Let me show you. So that's my bicycle. This is one thing I love from living in Amsterdam. Your bicycle is your car, basically. And when your bicycle is your car, it's really, really nice to just go and park just by where you're going. It's just like we say, it's like living in the movies. In the movies when a car comes in and they just park by the restaurant or they just park by the house and they don't spend an hour and a half going around looking for parking. Yeah, that's how it is in Amsterdam with your car that is a bicycle. One of you lovely say, why don't you take the bicycle to the garden so it doesn't get wet? Getting wet when you're cycling is a way of living in Amsterdam. It's just the way it is. So I will do my hair in a minute, but I want to show you what happened in here. So yesterday I had the market. Do I want to talk about it? Not really. Well, I will talk about it. I will explain to you what happened. It was not good. It was not good. But I will talk to you in a bit. My partner helped me to go to the park and set up for the market. And then he came here and he spent the whole afternoon stroke evening. He finished here at 11:30, painting the front room white. Because the front room is going to be my shop. I have to do the other rooms eventually, but the front room is going to be the shop. So let me just switch you over. He was so kind as to paint it white. It's not perfect, but as I say to you, we are here temporarily. We also brought a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my God, look at this. I bought that faff table in a thrift store that I saw it a few times, and I bought it for 15 euros. Look, super cheap, 15 euros. Super, super cheap. I saw it for a few, it used to be 20. Can you see? It used to be 20. I bought it because I saw it in the thrift store for maybe a month or so. It is in really poor condition. I mean, you can see the top is pretty bad. But what I'm going to do is give it a good clean and maybe put some nice paper on the top, adhesive paper or something, to make it nice and tidy, because this is going to be one of my exhibit type of tables, so I'm going to put my stuff. So in here we have the lovely chandelier. Oh, I haven't told you what we did. With the whole thing with the rain, I forgot to tell you what we did over the weekend. Well, what we did over the weekend was pretty crazy. Saturday, we rented a van and we drove to my studio, and we took loads of things, not everything. Let me switch you over. In here I have my chair, the studio chair, and the table that used to have my 2 sewing machines. We call it the beast because I need to show you in a minute what happened. I just realized the door is opened. It's a good job I don't have anything in there. I need to go and close it. That's the stand for the camera. These are the legs for one of the tables, and that's one of my rails that I used to have in my studio. Here is the paint that he was working with. The paint, this is one of the beautiful paint embroideries that I brought. That's the bust that you've seen many times. I need to find her head. So then in here, I have all the rolls of fabric and a whole bunch of stuff. I put a lot of stuff. I bought this new thing too from the thrift store. Isn't it cute? Hold on. It is obviously a key holder, but what I'm thinking of using it for is to hang some earrings in here. I find lots of vintage jewelry, and I'm thinking it's such a cute display. I have some of my picture embroidery in here, and this is going to be my flooring solution for the front door, from the front shop, for the time being. I don't know if you saw the massive Hoover in the front room, but we brought that to give it a good clean to those things. Then in here is a whole bunch of my materials. We covered it with a plastic because of the moth problem. And in here I have some of my paintings. I have some of the boxes. I didn't bring absolutely everything, but I brought my machines here. We also bought that little shelf for €5. That's my other table, which is going to be going to the front room. So anyway, for now, we have all of this, which, I mean, everything underneath that turb is practically just fabric and leather and my sewn bit and pieces. We also got this cool lamp. And my partner has let me show you. That's what my studio, that box there contains all the lights and everything for filming. I don't use all of it, but it's been such a good addition for me to film. Those long legs also go from the thrift store. And I was just saying, my partner is very good at finding secondhand lighting. He's very, very good. So this is the state that we're working with. Oh, that's my mirror. That was in my studio. So this is the state that we're working with at the moment. Okay, I'm trying to do something with my hair. It's still very, very wet. I think I might have a hairbrush in one of those bags in there, because I have one in the studio. Sometimes, whenever I try to talk to you, I used trying to remember to brush my hair, but that didn't happen often. So I'm just going to show you. This is what the blue, I think it's Blue Yonder app. You can see this blue blob in there. That blue blob now says that is 1.5 millimeters. When I was leaving home, it said it was going to be 11 millimeters. So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, it probably for a brief period of time, it gets to that much. And then it just comes and then comes down. And I just happen to be cycling by the river, so I go really, really wet. It's only like 12, 15 minutes on the bike, but because I live in Zout, I won't tell you where, because, that will be just stupid to say where you live on the internet. But I live in Amsterdam Zout, and this is Amsterdam East. So it depends how you're coming. If the bridge opens, that adds another extra few minutes, 5, 7 minutes, depends how big the ship that's going through, how many ships there are. There's normally one big one. So if the bridge is open, that adds, you're going to be late. And then, the rain and everything. So, yeah. So, my camera died, the phone rang, and I don't even know what I was saying, but I think I was going to tell you what happened when my partner was painting in this room. What happened is the neighbor, it was so sweet. The neighbor came in, one of the neighbors came in and said, and now I'm trying to get a little bit more pieces of information about how temporary this space is. So now I know that there is works plan for the whole block. So now I know that there are plans for work, renovation for the whole block, for the whole block of buildings. So it's quite a few numbers. And that happens, for what the neighbor says, that might be happen in a year or so. Nobody seems to know. I don't know. Nobody seems to know exactly the time. But it seems like it might be a year or so. So my contract is a temporary contract. In principle, I could be here for 6 months. The reason why they're giving a temporary contract is because the renovations, because all of the business units, all of the flats above, everybody's going to go for the renovations. It's like a proper full-on renovation here. I don't think these buildings are as old as 100 years old. I think that maybe looking for the kind of like the window and things like that. Looking at the window and the exterior, I could do some research and let you know, but I reckon maybe less than 100 years old. So I don't know if they're going to be doing the foundation. If they do the foundation, I don't know if you're aware how the foundation and the houses in Amsterdam are, but they're standing on wooden stilts that they go all the way to clay, basically. We are in a swamp. We are living on top of a swamp. So those wooden sticks get really rotten. So I don't know if they're doing that type of renovation. If they're doing that type of renovation, it's going to be years before these buildings are going to be given back to being occupied. If they're not doing that, if all they're doing is refurbish the buildings and everything, then it might just be a question of maybe a year or maybe less. And I say that much is because it's the whole street for what the neighbor was saying. I packed myself a lunch because if I eat at the cafe every day, that is like another remortgage. So I brought myself some lunch. I'm going to sit down and eat it. And then the plan for today, I think you remember this pretty cupboard. Look at these lights that my partner got. Hopefully they will be put up and make the room brighter. As you can see, I told him not to go crazy and just to paint it to refresh it. So, you can see in the camera, you can actually see even better that the marks are still there. But I don't mind because I'm going to be putting things on the wall anyway. So the floor, as it stands, is pretty dirty. So I'm going to remove all this stuff that I just brought on the bicycle. I'm going to remove all of this. It's the stock that I just brought with me with a bike, and clean this floor, hoover it. That's the big beast that we brought to hoover and to wash the floors, and then put the carpets down. And we took the light bulbs from the chandelier, so hopefully he can put the chandelier up. Okay, I lied. I hoover and started washing the floor. So I am 3 buckets in, and these marks are not going. I don't know if you can see it in the video. There is a lot on the floor. So I just done a Google search, and it turns out this used to be an artist studio. That's why. The thing is, though, the water is definitely really, really dirty, but I keep on scratching, and I don't know what is dirt and what is paint. So I'm going to finish this 1 bucket, because when I say I lied, I mean I haven't eaten yet. I did use the mop to be able to clean the table. My God, this table weighs 1.5 tons. I move everything. I need to wash my chandelier before we put it up. I've got some extra crystals that I found in one of my drawers. So hopefully I'm going to add them because they will look nice. I'm going to do the last pass on the floor, and then we're going to eat because I am generally really, really hungry. Look at this crazy weather. It is now super dry. Absolutely right. I can't believe how weight I got for nothing. Anyway, let's finish here. To think I washed and did my hair last night just to get drained on the way I did this morning. It's beautiful again. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the garden. So you're on this table that I just cleaned. That's the evidence. Listen to a podcast. That's my lunch. And this is where you are at the moment. So let's talk about the market. You probably see my arm, but if you are not into, if you get a little bit upset about bruises or things like that, look away. I'm going to show you a pretty nasty one. Okay, ready? Right, so this beast, we reckon it weighs easily 100 kilos. It's very, very heavy. And between me and my partner, we brought it down the stairs, and in one point, he was going downwards and I was holding it on the other side. And it just is like, and it landed on me. It landed here, and I think I have some more bruises, and it landed on my leg. And I was holding on a little bit because otherwise it would have gone down and he was at the bottom. So yeah, it was pretty dangerous. I'm not saying I hold all of the weight, but it landed and I have to keep it holding for a few more seconds until we kind of put the ankle, one of the corners, right on one of the steps. So that was dangerous and painful, I'm not gonna lie. So that was Saturday. Saturday, we got a van, we packed everything, we went up and down the stairs like crazy. It took us almost 5 hours. It was 4 hours and 45 minutes that we were doing all of that. And we know that because of the parking. The parking was 4 hours and 45 minutes. And then we drove to the shop in Amsterdam East, and then we parked, and in a matter of 50 minutes, we downloaded everything. I know it's a lot easier because it's the ground floor, so we just have to bring things in. And obviously, I was packing and putting things that I really wanted to bring. So my partner was picking these things down and putting it into the thing whilst I was packing, and then all the big stuff. So that was Saturday. That was a 12-hour work day. We were absolutely exhausted. I was exhausted. And then my children have people because it's summer, so there's a few friends coming along and everything. So at home it was a little bit noisy as well. So I didn't sleep all that well. And then Sunday, yesterday, was the market. And it did not start well. The day did not start well because we were so tired, we overslept through the lamb. So we were very late setting up and there. As a result, I scrambled with the stuff, and some of the stuff that I wanted to take was here in the shop. Some of the stuff was at home, so I didn't take nowhere near as much stuff as I wanted to take. And as a result, I think the stand, I have a little clip at the beginning when we finally set up. It wasn't, I have plans to do some risers, I have plans to do some background, I have plans to take some coin purses and I have so many plans, and it just didn't happen. I didn't bring enough of my items. I also wanted to make some of the items to sell that I thought would be selling well, like low value items, like fast sellers, and I didn't have the time because last week we were here. No regrets. I picked myself up, I dust myself off. My partner came and painted the walls as much as he could. He spent hours and hours and hours after helping me travel to the market and help me setting up. And I'm telling you, I might have to keep him. The plan for today was to see if I can make the front room to look, to clean it as much as possible, and to make it as nice as possible. It's going to take quite a long time to get the whole place to be what I want it to be. But since I'm here temporarily, I am squishing past things like the painting isn't perfect. I would have loved to paint the floor, but the amount of time and energy and money, I don't think it's worth it. That's why I just got these 2 racks, and hopefully they will look good. I need to get like a cute little rack for right and the front door, so when people come with wet feet, it will absorb some of that moisture there as well. Yeah. So yeah, that was the tea on the market. The tea on the market wasn't that good, but there was a few ladies I was explaining, because I have a couple of picture frames with the QR code, and the people say, "Oh, what is this? Is that your shop?" And I said, "Oh, YouTube." And I was like, "Yeah, I have one for the YouTube and one for the shop." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm opening a shop, and I just got the keys off, and I'm hoping to start doing workshops, sewing workshops, and workshops to do some really cool stuff. Not just a sewing cafe where you can come and bring your own project, but also I might do that. We shall see." But I would like to do like a cool project where it's like maybe a slow stitching, or do some cool bags, or I have a few ideas of things that I want to do. I will talk to you to see if anybody would be interested, and also I would like to hear your opinions. So there was a few people that were very interested, and I saw an influx of subscribers on the channel, and I saw quite a few views into the website last night as well. So I guess people were actually scanning the QR code, and there was a few women that were super interested, and they subscribed there and there, and I said, "I'll send you an email or whatever." And I said, "Well, I will advertise it in the channel, and maybe Instagram and probably TikTok. I think I should be more active in TikTok." The light coming through here is absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you. I just brought the Hoover here because eventually I will have to clean it here as well. But this window is so dirty. Everything is so dirty. I'm full of spiders. But isn't this lovely view? Look at this lovely view. I have two doors. 3 doors actually, because this is a French double door. 3 doors and a window in this lovely south-facing room. This is the room that is going to be the atelier. I'm going to set up like a tiny little atelier. So I'm going to be making the legs of the smaller table. Not this one, because I can't do it by myself. I'm going to have to need my partner to do it with. And I used to have a chest of drawers and 2 legs for this table. And I don't really use the chest of drawers, and it was so heavy, I decided to leave it behind. So what I might do is I need to get 4 tables for this, 4 legs for this table. So until then, it's going to be rested there. And this room is going to have to wait, because the important part is the shop. So I might put the smaller brown table at the front drawer, at the front room, because I want people to start seeing movement in the shop already, and people to understand that this is going to be a shop for however long. And so I will maybe bring my sewing machine there and start making things. I already miss sewing. I haven't sewn. I came to see the shop on Wednesday. So Tuesday, I think Tuesday was editing a video. So I think I've not been sewing for a week, at least a week. And I miss it. I really, really, really love sewing. And I can't wait to start sewing. And I have so many plans for the shop. But yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. Let me eat, get myself a little bit better, and then maybe we could move to the front room, because I want to show you some things that I have in plan. I have so many plans. I want to start showing you what I want to do. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, lunch consumed. I opened the front door because the floor wouldn't dry, because it's not facing. I just found the bag where all my hangers are. And the reason why I brought them is because one of the things I want to do in the shop is selling some of my vintage finds. Sometimes when I go thrifting for fabrics and items to thrift and to remake in the channel, when I do that, sometimes I find true cool vintage at prices that I cannot say no to. I didn't say no too many prices. So the idea is to fill these rails with some of my vintage finds. And since we're still waiting for the floor, I don't want to bring the carpets here when the floor is still wet. It's taking sweet time. Still wet, can you see? With the door open, it gets really, really noisy. I don't think the microphone does pick it up. Look at the lighting here, it's amazing. I have a really nice first set of vintage finds that I have washed. I didn't iron them. I'm gonna have to put them in the hangers and then see if I need to iron them. Because I would like, by the end of the day, I would like to leave the front room looking a little bit more fuller. You know, since my partner was lovely enough to do all the painting, I really wanted to start to make it, at least the front room, a little bit more used and as a shop. Look at what I'm gonna perch you in. So this is the lovely little cabinet that will hold jewelry. I need to give it a good clean as well. So I'm gonna put you there. It's not the best base for the tripod. Sorry, hold on. You follow with me and it might get busy. Okay, so I have found some amazing stuff. I got this cute little skirt. It's a size 36. It's by Patrice Breal. It's a lovely, lovely skirt that I thought would look really nice. I just realized I actually have quite a few skirts. So I think it is such a lovely, and it's fully lined. It's such a lovely textile. I think the outside, I'll have a look. I tend to only buy natural fibers. Some of them, I think one or two of them, I didn't read it properly, and it might be a little bit more polyester on them than I wanted to. But some of them, you just have to rescue them regardless. This is a cute little skirt. I need to get some hangers for skirts. So that's good. I actually got quite a few skirts. This is a white one. This one is it's in French. Mais ou Soleil 38. I am terrible at French, I'm so sorry. So this is, it's also, size 38. So it's still a small size. But look at how cool this is. I couldn't look at the pocket. It's super nice. So then I have this black one that is super, super nice. This one is by Bonita, and it's a size 46. It's kind of weird that they leave the label and the size at the outside of the skirt as well. Yeah. So also have these cute little tassels, tails. I guess, oh, this is super cool. You can actually ruche it. I think that's what it is. Yes, it is. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to play with that. Can you check it out? Black is so difficult to show, but this is a size 46, which means it probably will fit me. I will try, actually. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna need the special hanger for the skirts. I also have this lovely, lovely cotton skirt. This one I definitely have to give it a good iron. This one is from Estrenise Blue. I don't know if you know of this brand, but look at how cool the pockets are. Super cool. I love it. And the skirt, I'm gonna give it a good ironing. Maybe I might even put it on my form, on my fashion form. I have plans for all of these textiles. If they don't sell, I'm gonna put them in the website as much as I'm gonna put them in here in the shop. If they don't sell, I bought them because they're very, very interesting textiles. So if they don't sell, I will cut them up and do something with them. This is a Eisto Combi Pearl, a size 46. Right, another black piece. Black is very difficult to see on video, so I apologize. This one is a lovely necklace, embroidered, I think it's machine embroidered, but still, by, what? Giorgio Armani. Well, there we go. It's by Giorgio Armani. Wow. I didn't even know. Has it got a label inside? It used to have a label inside, I think. No, I don't see. But this is definitely linen. And I would say 100% linen. That's lovely. It needs the shaved a little bit. It also smells very well. Okay. Giorgio Armani, but there you go. I didn't even know the brand. I just buy stuff. Sorry. That's the window because I have the window open and the door open, trying to get the floor to dry so I could carry on working in there. So there you go. I buy stuff because it's great quality, and I didn't even notice the brand. I don't know if you can see, but you must be able to hear it. Yeah, it's raining really hard. There's a shed there that the door is open. Doesn't seem like nothing has happened because I didn't have anything there. But yeah, this is a crazy weather. Look at the spider. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, crazy, crazy weather. Sorry, every so often people are passing by and I think they're coming in. I haven't cleaned this one. It's fully lined and the label is a bit dirty. So I think I might try to see if I could clean it with a little bit of a clean cloth and just water first to see if it will come out. But how cool is this leather jacket? I love all the fading thing. I might put it as it is for sale if anybody wants to buy it. I think it has a ridiculous amount of character and it's beautiful. But if somebody doesn't like it like this, I will try to see if I could cover. This bit here I can't do not much about. It's just there. I could maybe see if I can find some more of, I have some golden patches or something. See if I could put something here as well. And maybe something here. Because it's all in the same side. So I think it will look really nice. This is a very small. It's by Millstone Woman. And it says, yeah, millstonejackets.com. I'll do some research on it. And it is echt leather, real leather, vera cuero. Echt leather means real leather. And synthetic, yeah, polyester lining. So nice, no? I think it was gorgeous. I couldn't leave it. Put it this way. If it sells, fantastic. If it doesn't sell, I'll cut it up and I'll make an amazing bag out of that. But I'm going to give it a chance to see if anybody will want to wear something like this. Okay, so these are my vintage pieces for the time being. I have quite a few more. I have more in there because I've been collecting for years. Some of them I'm definitely going to give them a wash and an iron and put them in the shop and see if they will sell. And some of them will be cut off to do something else. Another thing I've been collecting lately is what my partner very, very, very wisely called Roadkill. Roadkill textiles. There's so many birds, so many animals. I'm not used to. Where I am, there are birds and animals, but in here with the garden, I can hear so much of it. Okay, so what is roadkill? It is what it sounds, exactly what it sounds. Roadkill is stuff, textiles, shirts, clothes, jeans, loads of jeans, that I have picked from the floor in the streets in Amsterdam, Haarlem, Leiden, Utrecht, Sanford, wherever I am, I have picked loads of roadkill. And after washing a couple of times, this one I wash it smells lovely. I wash it a couple of times. I realized that, yeah, actually, it's very too far gone to be worn. But this is actually Calvin Klein. So the cotton itself is beautiful. And I have a plan for this roadkill. This is not going to go to my vintage rack because I think this is not the quality I want to sell. Nobody will wear this. I wouldn't wear it. And it is such a thin cotton. It's very, very amazing cotton, but it's very thin. So this is a new pile that my partner started calling Roadkill, and I have a massive project for that. if nothing else, I have lots of ideas. So again, this is too far gone. There's some marks on the neck, and I washed it twice. These shirts are washed twice. But again, this is Michael's Michael's in Rotterdam, here in the Netherlands. So I don't know if the name sounds familiar. Please rectify how I'm saying it. Again, there is a lot of wear and tear, and it's not the quality that I would like to sell. But again, the cotton is gorgeous. So I'm using this, I'm looking at this as raw material, back to its own raw material phase. This is going to be my most favorite one. This is also from Michaelis. Michaelis, I don't know how you pronounce this. Also, pure cotton, non-iron. I think what it means is that it doesn't need to iron. It is the most amazing dark blue, maybe even. Gingham. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of blue. And you know me and my blues, I absolutely love it. So this is also going to be a Roadkill. Again, the neck, it seems to be the problem, the neckline. But if you look at the details on the plaque, you can see this shirt is a very luxurious. I mean, the cotton feels amazing. And I kind of want to keep this one for myself. But then again, I want to keep everything for myself. This is a beautiful blue cotton. Now, on the same Roadkill, I got this one. And this one is from Mads Norgard from Copenhagen. Yeah, Copenhagen. And this one washed very, very nicely. I looked at the brand online, and it's actually a fairly expensive, sustainable brand. So I washed it twice, like I washed everything else, and it doesn't seem like it has that same wear and tear. It's very interesting how the flannel, because it's cotton, it's not really flannel, but it feels like it's double layer. Is it double layer? Yes, it's double layer. Oh my goodness, yeah, can you see? It's double layer. So it has the darker outside and the lighter inside. So this is 100% cotton, and it's a beautiful shirt. I think it's a men's shirt. Yeah, it's a slim fit. It's a lovely, lovely shirt. I think I might put it in the vintage pile. So if people wants to buy it, that'll be great. If not, then it goes to the Roadkill textile pile. I will explain to you what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to give it a little iron to some of the pieces, so I can actually take some nice pictures to put it on the website and to put it on here on the shop. I can't believe I can say that. I have a shop. So this is my first rank of vintage, of which I hope will be many. Okay, I've been talking for quite a long time. Let's check on the floor. It's very stubborn. It's still not dry. So the floor, as much as I'm gonna do, is down. There's 2 carpets. This one was mine, was in my studio, and we bought this on a thrift store. And I just went onto a thrift store not far away from here, trying to find a few cups to make a coffee, because I don't have cups in here, I haven't got anything. So I got a couple of cups, but I also got this beauty. Isn't that cute? It's the wood, and it's been painted. It's so nice. It cost me the grand total of €7.50. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I'm probably gonna hang it either there or anywhere, really. That's the table I need to make now. And I just found her head. She came in headless. So I just brought her in here. I still need to put the chandelier up, but I think I'm going to try to see if I can take it to the back and spray and clean it properly. I have more crystals. I think I mentioned it to you. Anyway, these are 2 of the tables, and at the moment I'm going to be making this one, and this is the view from the back of the room. It's very, very nice. I put this here for now. I don't know. I would like to maybe clean the faff table and put it here in the middle. So I would like to have like a big table in the middle to be able to have many things in it. And then this one, I'm going to be using it to hold some fabrics and something. That's not bad finding for €5, isn't it? I think it's really, really good. I'm very pleased with that. I also think the dummy has been with me for a long, long time. I think I might take the fabric off and wash it. I might do that tonight. Wash it so it comes in and it has a nice fresh start here. I put some of the clothes that I'm hoping to sell, and I'm just leaving that like that for now because it might be looking nice on that part of the wall. I think it will be nice. That is such a steal for $7.50, I think. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get the table, because the idea is to put the table here on this corner here, so at least I'll have a room to start doing some work whilst we're getting the back room sorted out. And then all I need to do is just bring the small table back. That's not a big deal. And the sewing machines, they're like domestic. Even my big machine is still domestic, so it's not a problem. I also had this little frame that I took to the park, to the market yesterday. And I'm going to put that in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. You know, it's funny because I had like a bit of an influx of viewers and subscribers on my channel. And I was thinking, oh, I wonder why. And I think it's because of these small little pieces of paper. Oh, please don't leave residue on the glass that I just cleaned. I think it looks a little bit more professional like that. It's a little bit nicer. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if I can get the table up and ready there for today. That will be a good day's work. Also, the neighbor came in. I busted the neighbor this morning to talk to her about the rose thinking. Oh my God, I think we're going to be best mates. She is this red hair, fairy red hair, 72-year-old tiny Dutch woman comes in, wearing the cutest, fittest African print, Ankara African print, greens and yellows and orange dress. And the moment she walked in, I thought, oh, we're going to be friends. And we clicked. It was so good. We have a really nice chat. And I said to her what I wanted to do. And she said, totally understand. It's perfectly fine. I have a big ladder, but I don't want to go up because, you know, she's 72. She looks freaking amazing for 72. But, you know, she's a little bit older. She will be scared of falling. And I say, no, you don't need to do that. For that, I have my partner. Anyway, so that's another job for him. So yeah, I got her number, and she's very happy for us to do something with the tree. And obviously, I wasn't going to do anything. Not the tree, sorry, the rose. And she gave me a little bit more information about what's going on in here. So yes, the buildings are 100 years old. I was thinking maybe a little bit less. No, they are 100 years old for what she says. And what she says is that they're going to do the foundations, which is what I was saying. So all the neighbors needs to be out for between 2 to 3 years. That's mostly why. They're not really been telling me, because I think by the time the people need, not even her wasn't sure exactly when things are going to happen. And she's been living here for 35 years, I think she said. So, you know, even her hasn't got all the information. So that's why when they say to me, this is temporary, I don't know, it's because of that, because there is not that much information for anyone, including the neighbors that have been here half a life. I mean, I feel sorry for them, to be honest. But she was a ray of sunlight coming through. Oh, she was powerful. I loved her. I think we're going to be sitting down in that bench having a coffee. She gave me a big, fat, strong, tight hug and a kiss at the end. Oh, she was lovely. I loved her. change numbers so we can figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I feel all hyped up after having such a lovely chat with her. I am not being able to do everything that I wanted to do today, but let me get on with the table and clean the lamp in the corner and this table. And let's see what it looks by the end of the day. Okay, it's the end of the day. I am really, really tired. I'm done. I just wanted to show you how fantastic my new bag looks in the mannequin with the vintage clothing that I was showing you before. I think I already showed you this that I got in the thrift store. It's gonna go over here. I was just talking to my partner. We're gonna put it over there because I think it will look amazing. So at the moment, we have one lamp in there, and then I put my desk table here just so I can have something in the middle of the room. And then I have the faff machine, which is the faff machine's table, putting in there for me to do some sewing. I don't think, it is not a faff machine that I'm working with. It is a Janome, as you know, mentioned it 1,000 times, but it's quite fitted that the sewing machine goes on the sewing table. Everything will probably change, but for now, this is how it's gonna go. This is one of the embroidery pictures that I showed you in one vlog a while back. I'm thinking of doing some upcycling to it, as in maybe paint the rim in a bright color, because I think it will look really nice. I don't know, I'll think about it. The chandelier is still waiting for it, but we have a new addition to the shop, and there's always going to be the lighting. We have 2 new additions. My partner figured out a way of putting some light right by the window. I don't know what it will look like from outside, we shall see. And we thrifted this. I think I showed you this morning when I was showing you everything that we had. We thrifted this light over the weekend as well. So at the moment, I'm still setting things up. Lots of things are happening. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's at the back, moving things around. He just found me one of the flower that I have with a slim vase. I mean, nothing is going to stay exactly as it is right now, but for now, this is what it looks like. I wonder if it's a little bit brighter with the lights. Anyway, that's me, hello, and this is how it looks. I'm gonna be moving things around a little bit here, but it's nice to have the foam dressed up in the shop. The light just really reflects from the window. It's very, very difficult to see. But anyway, it's a cute little picture there. So yeah, that's what it looks like from outside. I'm really happy about it. So today is the end of Monday. I am extremely exhausted thanks to all the work over the weekend, all the work today, all the talking that I've done with you and with the neighbors. It feels like a lovely, lovely community, and I'm really, really pleased with it. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for hanging around. Thank you so much for all the comments and well wishes on my last video. I truly appreciate it. I need to do something with this windows. I don't like it. But thank you so much for all of your lovely words. And yes, and this will be a series of vlogs until I can go back to sew. So for now, this is it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.